Hey guys, it's Eric from the Garage Games. I'm here to talk to you about the Masters Tour. Because I love you so much, I did bring my date night headband today, courtesy of Junk Headbands. So if you want to check them out, check out Junk. Now we've got some WODs. I want you to know the WODs are the same for all Masters Tours events. So you've read this before, but simply understand there is one leaderboard that will be populated with every event. So by the end of the year, when you look at 1/1/15 and look at that leaderboard, you're going to see everybody who's competed doing these events around the country. Right now at this point in time, we've got 4 up on the website, and we are going to keep adding them so that hopefully there'll be one near you. If you can't find a Masters event near you, you're welcome to travel outside of your state or region, or you're more welcome to invest some time in a box owner trying to get them to talk to me to get you an event locally. So the WODs, this year's WODs are a pretty simple WODs. The first one is going to be a time domain WOD. So we're not putting a time cap on this workout, meaning please don't overextend yourself. If you look at the workout and say, oh, I could do that RX in 40 minutes, please don't sign up because we're not putting a time cap. And that would ruin the heats at an individual event. So the first workout, real simple. We got deadlifts and box jumps, 15, 12, 9. Deadlifts are going to be a basic standard that we always see. Want to make sure the shoulder is behind the bar, full extension of the hip and the knee, that you are upright, and that you have control of that barbell at the end of that movement. Then you can drop it from the top, no problem there. You can grip that barbell however you want. Box jumps are going to be jumps or steps across the board. We like that idea. We're happy that the CrossFit Games have adopted that in the open, and we think it's a wise thing to allow the step up, step down process. It's up to you though. The most important thing for you is to be sure that at the top you are at full extension, that slight momentary pause that shows the hip is open, the knees are open, you are straight up and down. So that's going to be important for the deadlift box jump. The next workout that we have is a 10-minute AMRAP, somewhat reminiscent of what we did in the open as far as these bar over burpees. They don't have to be bar facing, so you can burpee laterally, facing the bar, however you want, chest or nipple line all the way to the deck, and then from there, jump from 2 feet over the bar, landing on 2 feet. We don't care about the extension of the hip. The jump is where the effort is, so we care about the jump, not the extension of the hip. Back down on the opposite side into your next burpee. Your final rep is done when you land 2-footed across the bar. That's how you finish the set of bar over burpees. And then the other movement is shoulder to overhead. It is the same bar that you were just burpeeing over, so it is coming from the ground to initiate the movement, and then from the shoulder, meaning the rack position touching the clavicles as well as the deltoids, basically in contact with the top of the chest, and then from there to a full lockout position. We want to make sure that that barbell gets completely locked out overhead for every rep. And in that moment, if the individual is push pressing, they'll probably be in a full extension of the hip and knee naturally. However, if they are jerking, it's very possible that at the speed that they're moving, they will have the barbell overhead and their hips and knees will be bent, meaning that is a no rep until they finish the full extension of the knees, hips, and shoulder, elbow all at the same time. That's how we finish the shoulder to overhead. Any of that bent knee garbage, no rep. So be sure we are focused on good standards in the shoulder to overhead. That is a 10-minute AMRAP with escalation of reps. We are moving up in a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera for 10 minutes. So that will be kind of brutal by the time we get out to 10 minutes. All right, last workout we have 15-minute AMRAP. Whoever decided to do that? I don't know. I wasn't thinking that day. I forgot that I was actually going to compete as well. Otherwise, I would have changed it, but now I've announced it, so forget it. It's 15 stupid minutes of 30 double unders. Not so bad. 20 wall balls. That's probably going to be the brutal piece. And then 10 snatches. And of course, the weights, the loads for the deadlift, for the snatches, for the shoulder to overhead are all varied by division. We have the RX division, we have scaled division. Those are your 2 divisions. And then we have age divisions that are from 35 plus. So back to that third workout. The double unders, as you would expect, 2 times passing under the foot with every jump. Forward or backwards, we don't really care. I know some of you somehow jump backwards better than forwards. I'm not sure what that is. I'm thinking there was something in the paint when you were younger. But whatever, you can do that. That's cool. Wall balls, we know, full extension full flexion. I want the hip crease below the knee, so it's got to be below parallel. The wall balls tend to be the hardest thing, especially for us masters. You know, at 42 years of age, I know that my strong position of a squat is no longer my biomechanically sound position of a squat. So for me to get down for those wall balls, I got kind of a wide stance, but you know, I'm making sure that I'm dropping my hips. So we want to make sure you're doing the same thing. Those hips are getting below the top of the knee every single rep. Feel free to no rep just extensively if need be. It's important that we try to hold these standards for ourselves. That's why I've kept movements out like pistols and things that masters don't really like. And then the last movement, the snatch, it's going to be a light snatch weight, so simply from the ground, barbell is on the ground, or the bumpers are on the ground, to overhead. If it's an empty barbell, it's below the kneecap, below the patella for the empty barbell. But if there's full-size bumper plates, touching the ground to overhead in one movement. It doesn't have to be completely locked out. There can be a press out. The barbell has to fly to at least over the head in one continuous movement, and then they could rotate and press it out from there. So you can do whatever you need to, a squat, a split, a power, a muscle, doesn't matter. However you want to make this thing go from the ground to overhead as fast as possible. It is 10 reps every single round, so 30, 20, 10, over and over and over for 15 minutes. Thank you very much for that 15 minutes. Yes, you're welcome. So, what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that we have the age divisions scored in 5-year age divisions. Some of these events might group you in 10-year age divisions. In the scaled group, for example, that might be easier depending on how many people sign up. But in the end, your scores, your scoreboard, the leaderboard will be populated by 5-year age divisions. So 35 to 39, 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54, 55 to 59, and 60 plus. So if you're 88 years old and you don't like having to compete with the 60-year-olds, just email me and we'll get you your own division. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Have fun. This is all about masters. We love you. Oh, man. Young kid. He's a young kid, you know. He just can't help himself. I don't understand.
How much of that crazy crap in the background did you get?
Pretty much all.
You're all sandy.